Hello and welcome in to the Utica University Nexus Center as we get set for the second game in a two-game series between United Elite Krajisnik Football Club and Atletico Orlando. My name is Arnav Pokhrel. I'm joined here by Greg Fanning. And Greg, yesterday we saw an incredible matchup between two teams, one of them playing in their first MASL matchup in Orlando, Utica playing in its third matchup in the MASL 2. What did you like from Orlando in that 9-7 victory for the away side?
Listen, after a few minutes, these guys for Orlando, they made it look easy. They sat there and they take the field, got that first goal up, and they made it look like it wasn't their first game. They brought a lot of speed and a lot of tactical usage of the field and utilizing those boards. Got Krajisnik in that fourth quarter back on their heels. And unfortunately, Krajisnik wasn't able to rebound from the mistakes of the fourth quarter. But, today's a new day. Today's a matinee. Let's rock it out.
And you mentioned it. You couldn't have mentioned it any better. This game went back and forth. Krajisnik takes the lead. Orlando staying right in it until the third quarter. We go into the fourth. It's all tied 6-6. And then Orlando scores 3 goals to make it 9-6. And Krajisnik gets a late one back to make it 9-7. But you're running through some of the highlights right now, and some of them were really good. You start off with that Tyler Forbes chip. Merker gets one, a little tap into the back post. And then this Wallace Scora from Jace Berger. So much action happening in and around the boards for Krajisnik. What did you like to see more of that today? Is that kind of the game plan today for Krajisnik?
Yeah, a couple of pitch points that I was watching our broadcast again last night and watching what the team did. I got to tell you that the United Elite Krajisnik Football Club, I want to see them maximize their opportunities and minimize their mistakes. I want them to, looking for them to bounce back big time because, we had 3 opportunities with Chechovic. Goal wide open. Got to capitalize on those. And also playing to the whistle because there were opportunities both with a whistle against us and also for us where the players stopped playing, and you gotta follow through on those. I'm also looking to see how Krajisnik responds. They only have, including today, 9 games left. That's it, and you're down 1-2. You got a 1-2 game losing streak. You got to answer now because you can't get further and further and further behind and think that you're going to bounce back. And then finally, yesterday we had the battle of the hat tricks between Gomez and De Oliveira. And I tell you, what's going to be the encore today? How are they going to respond? And also, what defensive shifts and changes are going to take place for those 2 players on the field today? It's going to be really fun to see how all that happens as we take on take 2 of Orlando versus United Elite Krajisnik Football Club.
Players getting set to walk out here shortly, and you saw it yesterday as well, but today it's a different youth team that's involved with the Krajisnik program that's going to be walking out with the players, and you mentioned it yesterday, how cool must it be to be down there walking out with a professional MASL 2 side and standing out there for the national anthems and the lineups.
Oh, absolutely, and today one of the teams that I'd like to highlight is our 2014 birth year boys. A team I actually was the head coach of for the last year, and Bailey is actually the head coach for that group now. So his own team gets to come in and participate in something that obviously Bailey loves to do. It's his career. It's what he is made of. But also, as you said, great opportunity to come out. It's the connection between the youth program and the professional program through United Elite Krajisnik Football Club. Something you don't see anywhere else. And we provide those opportunities for those players to come out and do something exclusive, utilizing the fact that, they love this sport and they love what they do.
Yeah, Davion Bailey made about 10 saves last night, got beat up a couple of times, and unfortunately was credited with Krajisnik's second loss of the season. He went through it all. Hand injuries, foot injuries, got hit in the knee a couple of times. So tonight it's going to be Robert Sam stepping back into the net for Krajisnik. His last time out against Baltimore, 15 save attempts. He made 10 saves, allowed 5 goals. He also has an assist on the year against Baltimore in that same game. He also played in the first game against Baltimore, played a half there. So he's played about 90 minutes on the season. looking to get probably the full game here, considering the injuries to Bailey, and we're not sure how healthy he is or if he's 100%. Right. You kind of think yesterday, you play Bailey the whole game, you're expecting to give Sams the whole game today.
Well, and you got to give Bailey a little bit of rest, too, because he did get banged up yesterday. I talked to him pregame down on the field while the teams were warming up. And, he told me, he says, my knee is fine, my foot's okay, all that. But he showed me one of his hands, man. And I got to tell you, like, a finger is bent in one direction. His knuckle is all swollen up. He had a rough go of it yesterday. Highly physical game to begin with. But when you keep getting stepped on, it's only a matter of time.
Two different players for Atletico Orlando getting 3 points on the night. You mentioned one of them in one of your pitch points. It was Lucas de Oliveira, hat trick, 3 goals, no assist for him. But then another one of the players, Eduardo Cruz, he plays in the midfield, a little bit more of a defensive midfielder. He got 2 goals for himself, plus an assist on one of the de Oliveira goals. And one of those goals was that free kick that he just laced into the top right corner, right past Bailey. He's going to be a big factor today. How does Krajisnik stop a player with his technical ability? I mean, this Orlando team, you got a guy like Eduardo Cruz, you got a guy like JP Reyes, Jorge Navarrete. All of them are experienced in this indoor game, and you saw it yesterday. They go down. They weren't faced. Orlando, as a team, maybe going in its first MASL 2 game, but some of these players, very experienced. Krajisnik a little bit less on the experience side, a lot of outdoor players coming inside. How does Krajisnik kind of get up to that level of that veteran aspect of the team?
Well, yeah, they need to capitalize on the knowledge and the skill set of the players that are involved in the UPSL program, even the UCFC program with M1. But on top of that, here's something else that we haven't touched on. Orlando came in. They were traveling when they played yesterday. Orlando didn't travel last night. They stayed local in the downtown Utica market. So there's no jet lag. Unless they went out and partied at any one of our, local restaurants and pubs that we have here in the Utica area, they're fresh, they're ready to go, they had a good night's rest, they are energized and recharged, and, they're not going to have to potentially overcome that challenge of the fatigue of the travel time period. So that's an even bigger layer or an added layer of a challenge for Krajisnik to overcome in this match today, where we might see everything level off is the fact that the two teams already know each other. So what are you going to throw differently at them that they don't already know?
We'll touch on a couple of roster changes while the players walk out. We got Zach Gleesman and Jorge Lozada scratched for tonight. We saw Gleesman go down with a knee injury yesterday as well, but coming in, we got 3 new players. Not new, but a couple of them played before. Axel Lamelli, number 9, Millie Nagash, number 8, and Jay Leah Moore, number 19. 3 players coming in on the roster today for Krajisnik. Nothing that we know of for Orlando. We assume they're only traveling with the roster that they play with. So we will send it down to the PA announcer. He'll take it away for lineups and the national anthem when we come back. We've got MASL2 soccer on tap for you. This is the United Elite Krajisnik Football Club YouTube channel. You're watching MASL2 soccer right here at the Utica University Nexus Center.
Taking the field for Orlando, double 0, Jorge Longo. Number 4, Luis Torino. Number 5, Jose Vilma. Number 7, Adrian Amadilla. Number 8, Daniel Allar. Number 10, Jorge Navarrete. Number 11, Charlie Vargas. Number 12, Yerol Rodriguez Melendez. Number 14, Daniel Vilma. Number 15, Hector Medina. 16, Armando Marino. Number 17, Eduardo Cruz. 18, Genaro Rodriguez Diaz. Number 23, JP Reyes. Number 28, Victor Rada. 45, Marco Atatura. Number 58, Jose Navarro. 99, Ricardo Atencio. Number 22, Lucas Pratolongo del Oliveira. And number 9, Gatel Navarro. And now, let's hear it for your local United! Caseret Football Club. Number 1, Fabian Bailey. Number 2, David Wright. Number 3, Dragan Chetkovic. Number 5, Bogdan Yasapsin. Number 6, Chase Berger. Number 7, Douglas Ferreira Tames. Number 4, Ricardo Acherso Zermeres. Number 18, Leonardo Gilberto. Number 10, Damian Almerzaran. Number 12, Alexander Gomez. Number 13, Tyler Forbes. Number 16, Stephen Williams Worker. Number 17, DJ Albert. Number 24, Robert Sands. 19, Jay Lee Amore. Number 8, Millian Magesh. Number 9, Axel Lamelli. Assistant coach Jason Halkovic and general manager Tarek Beckett. Ladies and gentlemen, you're united! Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem.
And we're back inside of the Utica University Nexus Center. Well, we've got MASL2 action here. Later on this year, you'll have the IIHF Women's World Hockey Championships hosted right here in Utica, New York. Well, you always need tickets to appear at an event, and well, we've got a couple more games up ahead here at the Adirondack Bank Center. So we'll be moving from the Nexus right across the tunnel. You've got 2 against Rochester, 2 against Baltimore, and then another 2 against Orlando, 1 here and 1 at the odds. So 4 more home games in the Adirondack Bank Center, and then another split series between the Nexus Center and the Adirondack Bank Center. The next 6 games all at home for Krajisnik, a big opportunity. And in order to get there, we are still selling season or single game tickets right there on your screen, bottom left corner. You got a QR code. You can scan that with your phone, and maybe you can see Zach Leisman back from injury because he's out right now. Not in the lineup tonight, and hopefully his knee is all right. Went down hard in the first half yesterday. Hoping he makes a quick return to action because, well, Krajisnik could use the defense that he provides.
Yeah, he's a big part of what they do on the defensive end. He's also a big body on that field. So he has the ability to take over and handle situations that are starting to get out of hand. You know, you need that big piece.
Krajisnik yesterday, 21 shots on goal. Orlando only 16. Orlando had 2 blue cards, and Krajisnik went 1 for 2 on the power play. Alex Gomez scoring the lone power play goal for Krajisnik yesterday. He's starting right now on the field alongside Steve Merker, Jace Berger, DJ Alberts, and Ricky Orozco. It's an entirely M1-based lineup out on the field right now for Krajisnik, and we're assuming that M2 influence is going to come in soon. But, well, this was by far some of your best players yesterday. Ricky Orozco made a statement, wasn't on the score sheet, but he did well yesterday, setting up plays. DJ Albert defensively holding it down. Alex Gomez, obviously the hat trick. Steve Merker got a goal for himself, and, well, Tyler Forbes comes onto the pitch as well. Has a quick chat to Merker, and then he'll head right back off.
You got the ninja out there in at kickoff circle. So he was all over the place. He was everywhere on the field yesterday. This is going to be really, really good to see how he follows up day 2.
We're underway here at the Utica University Nexus Center. Krajisnik kicking off, and it's Merker who gets things started. 4th game of the season for Krajisnik, 1-2 on the year, and Robert Sams in net for the home side. DJ Albert over to Sams. Sams already has an assist this year. Angles one off the boards to Gomez. And Gomez will hold on to possession with Albert. And immediately you're seeing Orlando come out in a quick press. Uncharacteristic of yesterday. Yesterday they were a team that loved to sit back, play direct until about the 4th quarter. And when they started going with that press, and they scored 3 goals in the 4th quarter just off of pressing Krajisnik alone. So maybe sticking with what worked yesterday.
Yeah, they're just applying all 5 players are up in the attacking zone right now, and they're putting high press on. So they're trying to combat the M1 roster that started today for Krajisnik, and we'll see how that transpires.
Charlie Vargas inside, and while he only had 1 assist yesterday, he was such a big influence on this Orlando team. So quick, so technical off the ball. Every time he gets it, he's a risk to run forward, get a cross in, get a dangerous ball in. That time he'll pass it back to J.P. Reyes, one of the alternate captains for this side. And starting in net for Orlando, Jorge Lugo. He played the second half yesterday. Took the place of Captain Ricardo Atencio, and Lugo, one of the best, getting down. There's Sam sliding out. He can't get there. Orlando score first. And the away side take the lead. Unlike yesterday where Krajisnik got the first goal, this time it's Victor Rada putting one in for Atletico. And the visitors take a 1-0 lead just 90 seconds into the game.
Not exactly the way that Krajisnik wants to start this game off, and they've already made an entire shift change. But the biggest thing that I'm seeing, they're playing tight. They're not loose like they were yesterday. They could be a little shell-shocked over the way that the game ended yesterday against this Orlando squad.
Svetkovic wanted to go cross-field pass to the other side, and Bogdan Yatsishin couldn't find it. Intercepted by Orlando. And the away side pushing forward again with pace. Stepping in and winning the ball back, Douglas Barra-Yanis for Krajisnik, and he'll find Almazan. Almazan, 5 assists on the year, no goals. Been one of the best technical players for Krajisnik this season. And you saw it there, bursting through the midfield before resetting play, allowing Krajisnik to hold on to possession. Here's Yanis. Down inside, looking for Tyler Forbes. Continued his hot streak. He averaged 3 points coming into yesterday. He got 2 points yesterday, a goal and an assist for the striker from Colgate University. As another line change comes in, and David Wright will make his first appearance, the Krajisnik captain. He's alongside Jace Berger.
Krajisnik playing deep, and you got Mercer down there wreaking havoc again.
Pass intended for Merker. It rolls along the boards, finds Jorge Lugo. And Orlando hold on to possession again, looking to go forward. They find a pass in Yaniro Rodriguez. And looking to go back to Rodriguez. He's free down the right side. Into the corner boards. Good defensive stand from Jace Berger to force possession back into the path of J.P. Reyes. Reyes goes cross-field to the far side. Stepping in on it, Eduardo Cruz off the wall and cleared away by Berger. Good read off the wall. Those passes are going to be dangerous. Saw both teams score some Wallace score opportunities yesterday. Just passes off the wall, creating dangerous opportunities in the middle.
Those rebounds are always a huge part of arena soccer, and today is no different. Sort of an aerial attack going on right now for Orlando against the Krajisnik defense.
Vargas wanted to go first time. The ball works its way out to Cruz. He's looking for a pass slid in to Daniel Alar, who scored a goal yesterday, but couldn't find it. Intercepted again by Berger. There's Merker through the legs of his defender, but couldn't keep the play with Krajisnik, and a roll all the way back to Rodriguez.
Orlando's playing severe high press right now. I mean, Lugo is well up the field. He's nowhere near the key right now.
Works out to Reyes. Reyes looking to go off the wall. Instead, it's a chance for Krajisnik to break with Yanis, and he's alone. Everyone going out for a line change, and Vargas breaks free. He's pocketed Yanis, and Sams comes out and gets his hands to it. his first save of the afternoon after giving up a goal 90 seconds into the game.
Well, they say that soccer is the movement of the ball is very apropos to hockey. And you know what? I've watched hockey for years, and exactly what just took place happens in that sport all the time. We have a line change, and Krajisnik was caught.
Orlando wanting the handball. Nothing given against Robert Sams. They're going to say that the ball was touching the line when he touched it. And as long as the ball is over the line in any aspect, the goalkeeper is allowed to handle it. So it'll work forward to Yanis. Now inside Gualberto, he'll work it back to Gomez. Hat-trick yesterday for Sonic, the 2022 MASL Pro Player Combine first overall pick. Signed with Utica City FC after a trade. There's Gomez. Hands on the boards looking for an option, and he'll work it all the way to the other side and forward into the path of Orozco. Now a pass over to Berger. He's free in the middle. Touches past one. He'll shoot. It's in. Jace Berger, 2 goals yesterday, and he gets a first for Krajisnik today after a great feed from Alex Gomez.
So yesterday we saw Lugo pick up absolutely everything from the ground with the exception of 1 goal where he was out of position. Today, Orlando player comes through, blocks his view, and they take advantage of that. We talked about in the pitch points, take advantage of your opportunities. Here comes the Orlando player, shielded, and it's in the back of the net. Not a powerful shot, but they don't always have to be.
Berger continues his run of good form. He made his first Krajisnik appearance yesterday, scored 2 goals, and added another one today for the home side. It's 1-1 between Orlando and Krajisnik, and well, Krajisnik showing a little bit of fight. Go down yesterday, you give up 3 in the fourth quarter and lose. You'd think after conceding the first, this home team might be a little shell-shocked. Instead, they're able to get one back, and it's a chance again. Mismatched numbers, but Orlando tracks back well.
Orlando showing their strength and their speed with getting back into defensive triangular and diamond shape to protect that ball.
It'll reset out into Jorge Lugo. He's pressured hard and almost a turnover. Merker outstretched, and eventually Krajisnik does get possession. Merker on the end boards. Crossed in. Svetkovic unable to get one, and Merker will reset play to DJ Albert. Albert surveys. Goes outside. A couple of line changes in the forward line. You got Almazan and Forbes out there now. And here is Forbes. Touches down. He's got a chance to shoot. Lugo parries it away. Well, Forbes has been dangerous all season long, and that's no easy save to make if you're Lugo. So much power on Forbes' shots. As Yanis trying to go through 3. Instead, we'll reset it out. Here's Yanis again. Out to Forbes. Forbes against the boards will play it back to DJ Albert. And Albert will recycle possession. Well, Krajisnik settle in a little bit here after those first 90 seconds where Orlando pressed high and dominated. Things have settled down, and Berger almost another opportunity for the man who already has one today.
Doesn't this kind of feel like yesterday, only flip-flop?
It does, it does.
You know,
Orlando's on the front foot. Krajisnik battling from behind, defending and countering. As there's a push in the back, Miljan Nagash goes down. He was not rostered yesterday, but is rostered today for Krajisnik. As there's Berger going back to Sams. Sam's got to do something quick, and he does. Works it out wide, and pressure coming. Big contact. Arm extension from Victor Rada, who's got a goal today for Orlando.
And we're already starting to get pretty chippy here. But it's very interesting. Krajisnik came out real tight. They were not as confident and loose as they were yesterday. Orlando goes up first. Krajisnik comes right back. And now all of a sudden it gets the feel of Krajisnik getting comfortable again. But how are they going to counterattack the physicality of Orlando right now?
Lugo, the goalkeeper. He's actually got the captain's armband on today for Orlando. There's a wraparound shot. Sams goes diving, had it covered as he watches it hit the boards, and it'll be cleared around to Daniel Olar. Olar surveying. Orlando wants a change, and they'll get one 3 players come on for Atletico. Out to the far side. That's Yerio Rodriguez. And he'll get a line change in as it moves forward to Llanero Rodriguez. Out to Vargas. Charlie Vargas pressured by 2 Krajisnik players, and Berger comes out with it. Berger going alone. He's got 3 on him, and he can't get past anyone. Eduardo Cruz gains possession back for Orlando. Here's Vargas. Goes in the middle to Rodriguez. Pressured by Wright, and Vargas recovers. Reyes will slow things down, and just about 10 minutes into the game, Greg, it's settling in both sides, and it seems like the defense has been the talk of the afternoon for both sides. Both defenses have looked much improved compared to yesterday.
They're both playing that crash style entrapment type defense. Not a lot of long balls. And, the other thing is the big thing that I'm seeing right now, the voices you hear on this field, I'm watching people's mouths. Orlando is talking. Krajisnik is not. And the communication is really not there right now. There are opportunities for open players, and Krajisnik isn't taking advantage of that right now.
Yanis went in alone off the foot of Lugo, and it'll go all the way back to Robert Sams. Sams from William Jessup University, but has really excelled in the MASL to his first couple of appearances, one-on-one. He's made some great saves. Loves to get down and use his legs to his advantage, especially with the smaller goal. Sams is really adept at knowing where his posts are and knowing where to be positioned.
A lot more movement within the box as well. Watching him go from goal line up to the top of the key, and he is trying to verbalize with the team a whole lot more than the position players right now.
It'll run back to Lugo. He can't pick it up, and he's calling for help, and Tyler Forbes applies some pressure. Chance for Krajisnik to counter on the break. Instead, Orlando get out of it. Daniel Vielma pressured by 2. Yanis, and he pushes away. Breaking forward, here's Orlando. Rodriguez. Fans on it, and Gomez off the boards to clear away. Yanis can't get there, and Sams will walk it into his box, and he gets boarded hard by one of the Orlando players.
Orlando looking for another handball violation there as well, even though the ball was not in that situation within the key.
DJ Albert pressured hard, whistle blows, and foul goes Krajisnik's way. Albert inside to Berger. Berger's got options, looking for Almazan, and Lugo comes out hard. Almazan wins it back, over to Berger. Instead, lets it run to Merker, who shoots, and it's blocked away by Orlando. Merker recovers. That was a great pass to find Almazan. Then after that, the play kind of broke down. Almazan won it back, and here's a layup to Svetkovic. He's in the middle, and the whistle blows. Svetkovic missed anyways, but if it's a free kick to Krajisnik, Svetkovic is...
Almazan's coming off of the field holding his bicep. Hopefully nothing serious from that board.
Yeah, Almazan leading the team in assists this year. He's got 5 of them, including 1 yesterday. And we're going to wait to see what the call is here. Looks like it'll be a Krajisnik free kick from right on the end boards on the near side. Svetkovic goes over to take it. He's still angry about that because he had a breakaway, an advantage, and then right away the rest whistle blows, and his shot went wide. And Svetkovic now pointing to the Orlando bench as...
Well, you also have a situation we showcased on the replay. He was a good several feet away from the board when they came through, and it was arms extended from behind with a shove into the board. So I'm not sure what Krajisnik is looking for at this point, but definitely a conversation of trying not to do that. There's aggressive, and then there's over-aggressive.
3:54. Like we mentioned yesterday, Orlando, the only 2 penalties of the game, both going against the away side. 2 blue cards, 4 penalty minutes for Orlando.
And now we have a blue card here.
And there is the blue card shown. Daniel Vielma will head to the penalty box, and it's a power play opportunity as both teams now changing into their respective power play units. As Orlando heads to the penalty kill, onto the field comes Lucas de Oliveira. for Orlando. He's their danger man. 3 goals, and you got to be aware of him even when you're on a shorthanded chance. He had a shorthanded opportunity yesterday that Bailey saved.
You cannot fall asleep against this Orlando team. They have too many good players, whether they have played indoor for a long time or a very short time. We talk about the fact that yesterday was game 1. You know, these guys, you cannot fall asleep against them because they'll snake bite you.
Timeout called by Jason Palkovich, and Alex Gomez angry about that one. He saw Orlando in disarray, and he wanted that one to run through and allow him to get a chance on goal. Instead, it's a timeout. We'll take a quick step aside. When we return, Krajisnik on the power play for another 2 minutes. Final 4 minutes of first quarter action right here at the Utica University Nexus Center. And we're back inside the Utica University Nexus Center. Quick timeout called by acting Utica United Elite Krajisnik head coach Jason Palkovich, as Utica on the power play for 2 minutes. As the timeout was called after the ball had been put in play, but then they'll reset the time on the penalty to 2 minutes. So 3:53 on the game clock, 2 minutes on the penalty clock, and the whistle blows again. The referees here having some discussions as to what's going on and pointing over to the scoreboard operators, waiting for something to change, I guess. I mean, 3:54 on the game clock given. Still showing 1:57 on the penalty. They'll clear the penalty and put 2 minutes on. So 3:54 in the game clock, 2 minutes on the penalty. Now we're underway, finally.
There you go.
Long ordeal, plus a timeout, and finally we're underway in the first quarter. This first quarter's flown by, but now it feels like it's getting slower.
It's becoming a little more tactical, but, big difference from what we saw yesterday.
Berger across the end boards, and Almazan recovers. Back to Gomez. Power play goal yesterday, over to Almazan. Almazan off the boards, it's free. Forbes goes up, he can't get down with it, but he does get a touch away to Berger in the corner. Berger goes down hard. Orozco outside to Gomez. Gomez drives in right to that attack line. Out to Orozco. He fires. It's deflected. It's in. Tyler Forbes the last touch. Ricky Orozco the assist. And Krajisnik lead 2-1.
Taking advantage of your opportunities. That power play is how Krajisnik either took the lead or came back yesterday, and now you have this opportunity here where you bring it into the attacking zone, playing off the board, and the deflection goes right in. This is how Krajisnik is going to have to play today, and they are going to utilize, or hopefully they utilize, that type of play set to be able to counterattack what Orlando is trying to do today.
Ball is lifted all the way down to Robert Sams, probably the easiest save he'll make all night, as he goes long to Merker. Merker chests it back to Yatsishin. Yatsishin will hold up play. The Ukrainian is also one of these player coaches alongside this man, Dragan Svetkovic from Serbia.
They gave a lot of room to Svetkovic. Not something that I would recommend.
Svetkovic, 2 golden opportunities yesterday that he missed. Could have had 2 goals. That could have been the difference for Krajisnik. Instead, UEK heads home with a loss. Here's Yanis. Dougie Yanis inside. He'll work it outside to Yatsishin, and Yatsishin goes back to Svetkovic. The 2 player coaches linking up again. Svetkovic looking for Yanis. Instead, Lugo comes out to clear. Yanis wins it back for Krajisnik. Across the field to Wright. Wright's got a chance to shoot with his left, and it's right into the path of Lugo. Yanis was there for the rebound, but couldn't touch it away from Lugo fast enough. And that's what you get with Lugo in net compared to Atencio, is just that agility. He gets up quick. He's moving right after he makes the save. Contact to the face of one of the Orlando players. Shouts for another foul, and Krajisnik nothing doing. Forbes is going to hold up play as there's a player down with a face injury, and kind of reminiscent of what happened yesterday with Svetkovic right on that corner board. Right. Just contact to the face. Svetkovic actually got hit in the eyes yesterday with no call. And
yeah, trainer is out. United Elite Krajisnik Football Club medical trainer is out addressing what may be going on, but they're pouring water on his face. Looks like it might be the exact same thing that happened yesterday to Dragan.
So the referee pushing the players aside, letting that is number 18, Anero Rodriguez, getting up and walking away. After contact to the face, Forbes had the ball on the near side. We'll see what the restart is. Most likely going to be a drop ball back to Sams, or a drop ball right in the middle that UEK will play back to Sams or work around.
At some point, you want to reset everything. You want to get everybody to kind of calm down, get back into formation style, and then work from there. In this case, it's a drop ball, no pressure, goes right back to the goaltender, and then they begin.
DJ Albert pressured hard. He'll go away with it, goes long, looking for Berger or Merker. Neither one of them there. Merker cuts off the pass. Lugo forced to go inside. And Orlando come away with it. Gomez wins it back. Orozco pushed off the ball by Victor Rada. Berger battling for it, and it's going to work all the way back to Eduardo Cruz. 2 goals, 1 assist yesterday for Cruz. One of the vocal leaders for this Orlando team. Doesn't have the captain's armband. That's JP Reyes, and right now Lugo in net. But Cruz, experience and just a leader of this Orlando team. You can tell that the players on Orlando really respect Cruz. Foul right outside the box here, so it'll be given outside. But it's another dangerous free kick opportunity. Cruz scored one. We're into the final minute. That was the story yesterday. Goals in the final minute of each quarter for Orlando. They lay this one off to Cruz. He shoots. Sams parries it away. Now a chance to break for Berger. He's all alone. Bursting free. Jace Berger. 1 goal today. Make that 2. Jace Berger slots it bottom left corner, and Krajisnik leads 3-1.
So here's the first big change in differential between yesterday's game and today. Yesterday, Orlando utilized the last minute and a half to 2 minutes of the game, scoring goals, even to the point where it was 2 seconds left in one of the quarters, right before halftime. In this case, Krajisnik comes out, gets the breakaway off of the free play, catches Orlando completely unprepared, breaks out of that back end, and they took advantage of another opportunity and buried the shot.
3-1 Krajisnik. A 2-goal lead yesterday was 2-0, and that evaporated quickly at the start of the second. Krajisnik just needs to lock in defensively. Sams, another catch off of a long forward diagonal pass from Orlando. Well, if they want to test Sams, long shots are not the way to do it. He's read everyone. He's positioned well. There's a diagonal ball. Lugo comes out to clear it away. Gomez touches it down. Great touch.
They're going to have to just, sit on this ball and protect it and keep it out of possession of the Orlando squad.
Yanis goes long.
Orlando is pressing, and they know that they capitalized on these opportunities yesterday. Now they're down by 2. They're starting to play hard.
It works back to Gualberto. 8 seconds left, and now Orlando in don't concede mode as the final couple seconds tick off the clock. Damon Almazan will pass it to the middle. We'll head to a break. 3-1 Krajisnik. Jace Berger's got 2. Tyler Forbes has 1 that he deflected in off of Ricky Orozco's shot. And those are the 3 goals after the first goal was scored by Rada for Orlando, but the home side leads 3-1. In 3 minutes, we'll have second quarter action right here at the Utica University Nexus Center. Greg Fanning, Arnav Pokhrel joining you on United Elite Krajisnik Football's YouTube channel. We'll be right back after the break. And we're back inside of the Utica University Nexus Center. This will be the last time that Krajisnik plays in the UU Nexus Center for a while. We've got 4 straight games at the Adirondack Bank Center in the coming weeks. The next one comes on January 21st and then another one on January 28th. Both of them against the Rochester Lancers, the team that has yet to play a game. They'll play their first game next weekend on the 13th against Baltimore.
Makes it even more important that Krajisnik comes away with a win.
Looking to get back to 500 is Krajisnik after falling yesterday to Orlando and splitting the first season series with Baltimore that was split across 20 days. Pass off the high glass, looking for Merker. Instead, it goes right back to Eduardo Cruz. And well, for Orlando, it seems like the one player that has yet to really be involved today, Charlie Vargas. He was so dangerous yesterday, technical on the ball, as there's a clearance away by Krajisnik. Dangerous ball in there. Yeah. From Orlando. I think you got to get Charlie Vargas more involved, and there's a flick in looking to him, but you just get him the ball in space, and Vargas will do the rest. He's quick, he's technical, he's really good at ball striking, just an all-around complete player for Orlando.
Vargas is one of those game changers that they have to get involved with.
This is Reyes, one of the more experienced players across the MASL leagues. Over to Cruz. Cruz inside. Here is Vargas. Back to goal, and we'll play it back to Lucas de Oliveira. The forward had 3 goals yesterday. No assists, so 3 points for him. As there's a cross off the boards. Sams was there. I think he got a fingertip to it, and it springs Jace Berger free. Berger goes back all the way across the field to Gomez. Gomez goes long quickly. Forbes, back to goal. Holds it up. Now he goes with the left foot. Deflected in. And off the sideboards, a close one there for Tyler Forbes. This one's free again for Forbes. He's bursting free. He goes down hard. Gomez off the boards. No one home for Krajisnik. Forbes pressuring hard. That one lifted high. And that is going to just hang in play off the high glass on the far side.
Orlando trying to get a little breathing room, make a substitution. Krajisnik also takes advantage of 2 players coming online as well.
Merker's lurking, and there he is again. Steve Merker making his presence felt. He just sneaks in behind the back line. Backheel pass. Orozco again. Lugo will just poke it out. It's off of the netting, and going to be a corner kick for Krajisnik.
I tell you, the Ninja is in full force again today. He is utilizing the ability for him to sneak behind Orlando players and be right where he needs to be to create scoring opportunities for his teammates.
Orozco stands over it for Krajisnik. He's asking for some space for J.P. Reyes, and J.P. Reyes knows better. He's been around the league too long. Corner incoming from Krajisnik. Players moving around. They free one up, looking for Merker. Instead, it's Svetkovic with the volley deflected off of Orlando.
They'll do that again. We'll see if there's any rotational change utilizing players. For Krajisnik, they did make a substitution, so they might be bringing in another taller player.
Yeah, you bring in 2 tall guys, Leonardo Gualberto, number 18, and Tyler Forbes, number 13. They pretty tall players if you want to get up in the box and have them come down with it.
Good opportunities for headers. They practice this day and night ad nauseum just to be able to lob that ball in, chip that ball in, utilize the header to get it in the back of the net.
Goes quick to Gomez with the left foot. No good. Gualberto will recycle it out to Gomez. Gomez back to Gualberto. Gualberto's got options, looking for Forbes down the line, and he finds it. Forbes battling. He drags a player down. Whistle blows. Just a little too much contact on the back of J.P. Reyes, and Reyes knows to go down and take the foul. That gives Orlando some space to breathe, and the referee blows the whistle, calls play back. 2.5 minutes in to quarter number 2.
Orlando and Krajisnik have been guilty of starting before the referees are ready. They didn't blow their whistle yet. They weren't in position. And just restart.
Forbes applies pressure hard, and Cruz and Lugo keep it calm at the back.
Krajisnik doing a much better job today of playing man-to-man, making sure that they're filling the passing lanes, crashing down on their defense. Their defense is quite stellar so far today.
both sides really having improved. I mean, Cruz and Reyes are two of the best when it comes to a backline pairing, but even they've improved so much from yesterday to today in defending. Cruz was doing it offensively yesterday, but today the defenses have shored up. There's Cruz firing a shot in. Bounces off the board for Millie Nagash. He's able to clear it away. Finds Gomez. Nagash off the boards. It's out to Yanis. Yanis driving free. He's got Orozco to his side. He'll go alone, and Lugo sits on the ball. It's an incredible save. Slide tackle from Nagash. Whistle blows. That's going to be a blue.
Yeah, he went for the ball, but unfortunately he completely missed the ball and took out the player, and hopefully he's okay. Hopefully Diaz is okay.
Nagash still there. He checking in on Yanero Rodriguez Diaz, who's down in a lot of pain. And Nagash knows that that's a blue card. He's heading to the box. No complaints about that call. Just made a mistake.
Yep. And
now Krajisnik will go down a man for 2 minutes.
Let's see what the penalty kick formation looks like. They were not put in this position yesterday, so this is going to be a new adventure for them against this Orlando team. We see both we see the power play for Orlando, and we see how Krajisnik is going to combat that. Looks like Sams is back there giving pointers as to what he wants to see in that penalty kick to enable him to play at optimization levels.
4 blue cards across the season. Now it's 5 as Millie Nagash heads to the penalty box. But as you mentioned, Greg, no blue cards yesterday. This will be the first time Orlando goes on the power play. First time Utica and Krajisnik goes on this penalty kill in this series. It's a basic 2-2 box formation for Krajisnik. Gomez up top. DJ Albert behind him. And then Svetkovic and Yatsashin as Sams makes a big save with his forearms.
That's the key right there. He gave them the points of what he was looking for. If they wouldn't have followed what he wanted to do, that could have ended differently.
Cruz fires out wide. Another good curling effort, but just missing those top corners. Orlando's getting the opportunities right now on the power play. Here's Cruz again. Back up to Cruz. He'll go out to the right side now. Another shot fired in. It's deflected. Rebound. It's in. Orlando on the power play. And it's a second goal for Victor Rada.
Krajisnik was able to kind of squash down what they were trying to do, but Orlando set that up. As we look at this replay, Orlando set that up with long distance shots. They weren't shooting from inside the box, inside the key. They were shooting from outside the box. And it doesn't matter that they were missing it coming off of the plexiglass. What it set up was the rebound off of the boards, and Krajisnik was not able. The defense was not able to clear that ball before it ended up in the back of the net. So now we see how the rest of this time period with this line out on the field, we'll see how they counterattack.
10:48, players back at even strength as Millie Nagash exits the penalty box, and Gomez play it back to Albert.
Ball movement for Krajisnik is on the uptick. They are checking to the ball. They're not waiting for it anymore, and they're starting to get creative with their transfers.
Great flick from Almazan inside to Gomez. Almazan, if you're looking at players who are just signed for M2, Almazan has been one of the best alongside Tyler Forbes. Almazan's got 5 assists on the year. Forbes has got a lot of goals to his name. He's got 7 now on the season. Actually, make that 8 after today's goal as well.
Goal and assist yesterday as well.
So many points coming from Tyler Forbes. Almazan's got 5 points off 5 assists. The two working in tandem really well. As there's Yanis. Forward to Forbes, and that's where Forbes excels. His back to goal, holding up play for Krajisnik to develop an attack. Here's Almazan. Left-footed effort. Lugo, Merker's there. He can't finish it home.
Very similar to how that power play goal was scored. High shot, strong off of the boards. Merker was right there, and Ninja trying to get in there, but just couldn't put it in the back of the net. You had 3 Orlando players, including Lugo.
Yeah, Lugo made the first save, got up quickly, made the second. Wright breaks free, down the end boards, chance to create something off the hand of Lugo. And just enough to get the ball away for Orlando. Rodriguez wants to go quickly. Svetkovic, too much speed for Llanero Rodriguez-Diaz. Crossfield pass, Yanis. Cutting inside, defended by Gadiel Navarro. And Yanis will turn things around, reset play, back up to Leonardo Gualberto. Gualberto works it around to Svetkovic. David Wright's there providing help on the defensive side as Orlando comes in on the press. Svetkovic goes back. Was looking for a lane to sprint. He's got a lot of speed, does Svetkovic. As there's Forbes holding up play again.
Svetkovic working from the back end at the point, and he's trying to create opportunities and create chances by rotating Orlando, trying to get a mismatch.
Orozco recovers. His touch can't keep control with it, and Cruz wins it back. Back to goal for Cruz, and he'll reset to J.P. Reyes. 8 minutes counting as Reyes directing traffic. There's Vargas. Gets past Nagash. Vargas breaking free. Has help in Rada. Sams makes a save, and he makes the second. Double save for Robert Sams as Rada was looking for his hat trick.
Save of the day so far.
And now DJ Albert goes long to Forbes. Forbes first time off the board. Millie Nagash will recover. He sets himself up. He goes high off the boards, and a dangerous ball in the middle. Berger was getting in there late, but Reyes too quick to clear it away.
Temperature's starting to rise up here. You got a lot of people taking advantage of long shots and trying to get those scoring opportunities off of rebounds from the boards and from plexiglass.
Here's Reyes looking to get past Gomez and ticks off the boards. Don't know if that one was in play as Gomez takes Reyes out from behind. Foul called. Free kick Orlando.
Had a big burst of speed there with with shots on goal. It seemed like for the last 60 seconds you had at least 4 or 5 shots put together, and they were all looking for those rebounds and those scoring opportunities from it.
Quick work to De Oliveira. Sams was down and is able to get it away. Ticked off of his heels and then up off the palms. And if there's one thing that Sams hasn't done too well compared to Lugo on the other side, it's just getting up, making that second opportunity, denying the second opportunity. Lugo has had more opportunities to do it, yes. But Sams is a little bit more about making the save and staying on the ground after, because he trusts in his defense a little bit more.
Yeah, he showcases the skill set that when he makes the save, it's 9 out of 10 times it's done. The play is done. He controls it. Everybody resets.
Yatsashin can't find Almazan, but Almazan wins it right back. And he glides past De Oliveira. Almazan outside to Yanis. Off the boards, looking back for Almazan. And instead, De Oliveira with a chance to break forward for Orlando. Forbes applies the pressure and forces Orlando back.
Krajisnik applying some pressure. They see that Orlando's trying to turn the wick up, and now we have long passes coming through.
Sam's got an assist off of a long pass, but there's a poor touch at the back from Yanis. Rodriguez looking to break free after he went down earlier on, so good to see him back out on the pitch for Orlando. And Krajisnik will settle things down. Gomez. Outside, Yatsashin. Back to Gomez. Now pressure coming from Orlando. This one clipped up to Gomez. Now over to Yanis. Yanis goes down low. That's Lamelli. Inside, Gomez. Left foot. And it's deflected. Good diving stop from Daniel Vielma. Vielma had a goal yesterday as well for Orlando, the defender. But Krajisnik has been on the front foot for the last couple of minutes, getting around this press really well. Orlando's been trying to force the ball off Krajisnik, but passing around it. And here is Wright.
Krajisnik may not have the players that have played the indoor game for all that long, but the ball transition, the opportunities that are being presented here for them to get another goal and get that one that they let up back, you never know. You never know that they were not playing indoor for a very long time.
Svetkovic out to Berger. Off the wall, looking for Svetkovic on the rebound. Not there. As Berger comes back, Svetkovic. And the player goes down for Orlando on the far side boards.
Yeah, they were battling for the ball there, trying to get Svetkovic trying to retain possession, trying to keep that pressure up. But Krajisnik right now, their whole focus, creating scoring opportunities from rebounds off of those boards. Be interesting to see if they're able to capitalize on that before halftime. They got 5 minutes left in the half, even though the clock is taking a break there for a second.
Foul called on Tyler Forbes on the far side. And it's a reset opportunity. Armando Moreno making his first couple of appearances. Didn't say his name at all yesterday. Made a couple of line changes. Was in there defending a little bit for Orlando. As Forbes defends well. Great track back from Tyler Forbes, and he's able to clear it away out of danger. And David Wright goes out of play. It's going to be a free kick for Orlando. Set play right at the top of the key. And standing over at J.P. Reyes.
Orlando was able to capitalize on a couple of these yesterday. Let's see how Krajisnik makes adjustments.
Reyes shoots. It's off the top of the post and out. Can't get much closer than that for J.P. Reyes, and Krajisnik thanking the post for that one. DJ Albert. Gomez. Back to Wright. Over to Albert. Albert doesn't win his battle with Vargas. Still battling for it. Whistle blows. And Albert having a conversation with the referee. The referee's going to step out. There's a blue card.
There's a blue card in his hand.
And if that's on Albert, I don't know what the call would be. I don't think that was intentional boarding.
You got two people playing very, very hard for the ball. At a certain point, you got to let him play. Yep, and he's got the blue card. I don't understand that call.
Well, Albert's shown the blue card. It's another power play opportunity for Orlando. Already one power play goal today. And out comes Yatsashin and Damon Almazan alongside Ricky Orozco and Alex Gomez.
Looks like timeout is being called, and the coaching staff for Krajisnik wants an explanation on that.
Palkovic well out into midfield.
Against Elite, number 17, DJ Albert, media timeout.
Well, we'll step aside as we head to a media timeout. DJ Albert's in the penalty box, and Krajisnik on the penalty kill, up by 1. You're watching United Elite Krajisnik Football Club, the MASL 2 on YouTube, and we'll be right back after the break here from the Utica University Nexus Center. And we're back inside of the UU Nexus Center as the referee is still having some conversations about the DJ Albert penalty. And, well, we're just as confused up here. It looked like, at most, maybe a foul. You give DJ Albert the foul, you let Orlando set up a free kick opportunity, and instead, blue card shown. So Krajisnik goes down to the power play.
You got to be able to fight for the ball. And that's exactly what they were doing. They're just fighting for the ball. If you can't fight for the ball, I don't know what the referees are looking for.
Referee makes his way back to the near side. As 2 minutes on the clock for the DJ Albert penalty. We've got 4:14 left in the half. It's Cruz. Vargas is free in the middle. Someone's got to shore that up for Krajisnik.
You got players deep down. You got Vargas wide open. Nobody's even paying attention to him.
Back to Cruz. Krajisnik shifting as a unit well, but someone's got to step here soon. Out to Vargas. He's wide open to the back post. Out comes Wright to defend Reyes. Cruz, the shot deflected away. Good recovery. That's Yatsashin who gets that one away, and Gomez comes out quickly on JP Reyes. Cruz forced to go back to Lugo. That's good. That'll eat a few seconds off the clock if you're Krajisnik, and you're allowed to set back up defensively. Cruz walks it down. Got Reyes to his right. There is Reyes. Back to Cruz. De Oliveira's to the left of Cruz if they can find him. Instead, it's down to Vargas low. Wright had a chance to intercept that one. Back up to Cruz. Now it is De Oliveira. Up to Cruz.
Krajisnik is doing a good job of shifting here.
Good save from Sams. Off the calf. Krajisnik reset. So do Orlando. 45 seconds on the penalty. 3 minutes left in the first half. Down to Vargas. First time shot. Flashes in front of the goal. No one home to tap it for Orlando. First time shot from Reyes well over the bar. And 32 seconds remain on the DJ Albert penalty.
So Orlando is doing something completely different with this power play than they did the previous time. The previous power play, they were firing the ball from long distance, working that rebound off of the board. This time, a lot more passing, more hockey-esque, rounding the ball around, trying to get somebody wide open for a wide open shot.
Sams goes long to Forbes. Forbes can't control. It's now the second line defensively for Krajisnik. Second power play unit out there. Still the first power play unit for Orlando. Cruz, Reyes, De Oliveira. The three mainly controlling the ball in this power play for the visitors. Cruz rips a shot. It's deflected off of Svetkovic. Merker just gets rid of it. Svetkovic has a little bit of speed, but he'll let Lugo control that one. You want to keep the numbers as DJ Albert comes out of the box. It's a chance to break for Krajisnik. Merker out to Svetkovic. The pass a little off the boards, and Svetkovic goes down hard. Whistle blows. Foul going Krajisnik's way. De Oliveira, the man, called for it.
So you had a penalty kick, or a penalty kill rather, and player comes out of that box. They took advantage of that very, very quickly. Orlando immediately had to take two of their players, put it on Albert coming out of the penalty box, and play that defensive line. They could not continue the full court press, trying to go towards the opposition.
Here is Albert. Was charged with a blue card. Don't know the call yet. They didn't announce it. They just said he was sent to the penalty box.
Yep, just announced the 2-minute call. No clarification.
Gomez threw the legs off the boards. Off the end boards, and Merker couldn't tap it home. Well, that's just creativity from Alex Gomez. And we say it over and over again. 2022 first overall pick in the Combine, just because of how momentous that is, how well he did at that Pro Player Combine.
They continued, Krajisnik continues to use those boards for an opportunity.
Victor Rada, DJ Albert go crashing down into each other. And now Albert's got the high press with 1 minute left in the half.
Let's see if Krajisnik can play some good defense here and not allow any goals or even any shots on goal.
Yeah, it's a shin out to Gomez. And Gomez has been playing a little bit more in the defensive line today. You got to think with the absence of Gleesman, with that knee injury, you need some help on the defensive side. Gomez has done that and done that very excellently.
Yeah, Gleesman missing today is a huge issue.
Blue card issued. Armando Moreno, as Ricky Orozco was sent flying into the boards. And we're going to close out this half and then start the third quarter on the power play for Krajisnik. 2 minutes for boarding. Armando Moreno, 30 seconds left in the half. Forbes has a goal on the power play already. Utica 1 for 1 on the man advantage today.
We'll see how they utilize this for the next 30 seconds.
Gomez fakes a shot, goes out to Almazan. Let Almazan create. He can take out 1 or 2 guys with a couple of moves.
Gomez getting a lot of minutes, but justifiably so. He is owning the pitch today.
Almazan, not Orozco, hitting that one off the face of one of the Orlando players. Forbes taps it out to Lugo. 8 seconds left. Gomez chests it down. 4. Got to shoot if you're Gomez. Out to Almazan. Almazan too late. And the buzzer sounds. We're headed to halftime. 3-2 Krajisnik lead. Still 90 seconds of a power play left for Krajisnik when we return in half number 2. Greg, overall thoughts, first half, Krajisnik leading at halftime. They were tied 4-4 yesterday. They lead 3-2 today.
This game is different from yesterday in one major way, and that's less of the long ball, more of the possession play. And Krajisnik is utilizing ball possession as well as Orlando to create their scoring opportunities.
Well, we'll step aside. We've got some halftime entertainment here in the form of a lot of Krajisnik youth players out on the field having some fun. We'll let that run for you guys, but when we return, we'll break down more of the first half and get you second half action right here from the Utica University Nexus Center. Greg Fanning beside me, I'm Arnav Pokhrel. We'll see you after the break right here on the YouTube stream. Control right, good pressure to get the ball back. Chipped in, Forbes looking to chip the keeper, it's in! Tyler Forbes, the first home goal for United Elite Krajisnik. And it comes off of a little chip into the back of the net. Now it's Almazan driving free. He's got Merker in the middle. Damon Almazan crossed to Merker. He taps it home.
Beautiful play. Merker just kept his run going. He never broke off and came right down, right onto his foot.
Svetkovic off the end boards. It's coming. It's free. It's in. Jace Berger, his first game for Krajisnik and his first goal for the home side. It's 3-2. So Krajisnik forced to work from a tie game again after taking a 2-0 lead. Orlando tied it up, and then Krajisnik took a 3-2 lead. Orlando tied up again. Here's Gomez right up the kickoff. It's in. How about that for a turnaround? And Sonic curls it into the far post. And right away, Krajisnik lead again. As Forbes rips a shot, top corner. And how about that, Tyler Forbes? Say hello. Svetkovic battling through the defense. Looking to find Forbes off the wall, he does. Forbes goes again off the wall to Berger. First time volley, this one counts. Jace Berger, goal number 2. And just like that, we're tied up again. Players switch off the free kick, and Sonic blasts it home. Alexander Gomez, his second goal of the afternoon.
Krajisnik is doing a great job of rotating the ball.
Orozco down low. And the volley brings it right back. Excuse me, that's Gomez. That's his hat trick. And we're back inside of the Utica University Nexus Center, and we got a special halftime interview for you. Welcome into the booth. I'm Arnav Pokhrel. Chris Economini is with me, the MASL2 commissioner. It's great to have you here. First off, I want to talk to you. What are you seeing outside here at the Utica University Nexus Center? What do you like so much about this arena?
Well, I don't like the snow. I mean, I'm originally from upstate New York and Rochester, so I'm accustomed to that, but I've been living in Florida for the past 10 years, so it's a little bit of a rude awakening with the snow, I mean, obviously this is a state-of-the-art, beautiful facility. I mean, from an M2 perspective, it's nirvana. You know, that, and I dare say that a lot of M1 teams would take this in a heartbeat as their main arena. But, you know, the entire organization here, you know, led by Anel, they've been fantastic to work with. This is the first year in the league. We expect big things out of them. And they've done everything that they do here is first class. You know, it starts with Tommy Tanner, my old captain in Rochester, with, you know, UCFC and, you know, that, you know, as the parent club. But Anel has done just a tremendous job. And I always kid him, you know, I wish I had another 20 just like you. But no, this is an absolutely beautiful facility. By far, in my opinion, the best in the league.
And you mentioned it, first year in the league for Krajisnik. It's also the first year in the league for a lot of teams across M2, especially in this East Division. Orlando's first year in the league. The Arsenal, I believe, new as well. With so many changes around the league, how does that affect you on a daily basis? How are you going about, you know, making sure that things run smoothly with all these new teams and all these new people to count on?
Well, you know what? It's great. Obviously, we're at 15 teams this year. We've got a bunch, you know, that we're going to be announcing in the next couple of weeks that are joining the league next year, especially in the Midwest. But I think it's great. I think the balance in this division is probably the best throughout the league. I mean, you see that, you know, obviously, you know, Krajisnik split with Baltimore, a couple games in Baltimore. You know, Orlando came back yesterday for a nice, you know, 9-7 win. So I think it's a very balanced division. The only team left to start, and they start next week, is my old hometown, the Rochester Lancers. But I think it's going to be probably the most competitive division in the league. I think with the other two divisions you'll see, and you start to see it already, where there's separation between the haves and the have-nots. But I think this is going to be a great divisional battle. 4 balanced teams, and it'll go right down to the wire to see who makes the playoffs.
And you talk about the M2 league as kind of that second league to the M1 league. How do those two leagues work together? How do you make sure that the M2 league and the M1 league are working in tandem, getting these affiliate teams registered this year? Utica City FC, who's been around for a while, adding Krajisnik as an affiliate team in the M2 league. How do those affiliate partnerships help you and help the league grow as a whole?
Well, you know, again, we're not, you know, it's not rocket science. You know, I mean, you look at the, you know, the Utica Comets here, you know, with their affiliate, the Devils in New Jersey, even though I'm a huge Ranger fan, I won't hold it against you. But the fact is, you know, we're just trying to create that pyramid. And you got some teams this year that have, you know, UCFC has hopped on with Anel. You know, St. Louis Ambush have their M2 team this year. The Baltimore Blast have their M2 team this year. San Diego Sockers will be back next year in a brand new arena, you know, with their M2 team, the Empire Strikers. So again, I mean, it's just, we're just trying to create that path, you know, to M1. And every other league in the world does it. So we're just trying to, you know, create that with indoor soccer.
And final question while I have you here today. Well, you've said it a lot. You know, the M2 is growing. You're getting some more teams in as well. What's next for the league? What's that next big step? Other than just expansion sides, what do you want to see? What's your vision for this league in the year's future?
Well, you know what? I mean, there's 2 ways to look at it. You know, this is a development league, more so for the players. But I like to see the teams take more of a business approach. I mean, you need look no further than the Comets here in hockey, where they sell out every game. I like to see the league take more of an approach where, you know, trying to lure more fans, grow our numbers in attendance, along those lines. And again, it starts and it ends with the ownership groups. And like I said, Anel's done just a fantastic job here. And I think the type of ownership groups that we're attracting now we'll take it to the next level.
That's Chris Economini, the MASL2 commissioner, joining us here at halftime as United Elite Krajisnik lead Atletico Orlando 3-2. We'll take another quick break, and when we're back, we'll have second half action right here from the Utica University Nexus Center. Thank you so much for joining us, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome back inside the Utica University Nexus Center as we've got second half action on tap. 2 goals from Jace Berger, 1 goal from Tyler Forbes make up the 3 for Krajisnik, 2 from Victor Rada make up the 2 for Orlando. First half thoughts, Greg? I mean, it was a little bit more defensive than yesterday, but that's not a bad thing.
Tale of 2 days. That's what it is. You know, sometimes we talk about tale of 2 halves. Today is tale of 2 days. Today the story is the power play. Krajisnik coming out with 90 seconds left in the power play to start the second half. But the other big thing that I've been seeing is Mercer and Giannis. Both of them, their presence on the field when they are rotating through the formations. Orlando is having to change up what they want to do on the field, and because they're being forced to do that, it's opening up opportunities for Krajisnik. Also, the speed of the game. This game is flying by, and there are 5 goals today. When we started off the second half yesterday, there were 8. So very, very different field today.
Second half set to get underway as there is still a player in the box for Orlando. Armando Moreno was sent in for boarding in the closing 30 seconds. So now 1 minute and 20 left on that power play for Krajisnik. Almazan down off the boards looking for Forbes. And it is another change in net. Jorge Navarrete makes his way into the goal. He's an experienced goalkeeper. spent some time with the Florida Tropics in the MASL 1. He actually played in the field yesterday, so good to see him back in net, playing a position where we're used to seeing him in this league.
Yeah, and having him play in the field yesterday keeps him nice and fresh and enables him to get an understanding of what this field does and what the turf feels like being on top of the ice here at the Utica University Nexus Center.
Gomez, 38 seconds left on the power play. Down to Berger. And it works back up to Alexander Gomez. Gomez with an assist today on that Berger goal, the first one that he scored. Back out Orozco. Ricky Orozco back to Gomez. Berger fakes a shot and the slide tackle gets in. No foul called as Berger sent his man flying into the boards. Berger with the tap. It's just wide. Another good opportunity missed. Final 10 seconds of the power play. Gomez. He'll take a long shot off the boards. Touched out. And Navarrete will recover for Orlando. Back to even strength, and Armando Moreno was calling for it. Good awareness from Gomez. But now Gomez pinched along the boards. Trying to get rid of it. Sams comes sliding out. And Sams sits on it and picks up the ball. It's in his hands. Armando Moreno wants that delay of game call because Sams was sitting on the ball.
They're looking for either a delay of game or they're looking for a handball, and they will get neither. There was a big change, a big differential between how the player came out of the penalty box for these two teams. Orlando player comes out, and Gomez came back. They didn't have to worry about that fast break that Krajisnik had when their penalty was up.
Ricky Orozco called for the foul as Lucas de Oliveira goes down, and Armando Moreno standing over the ball. Play gets reset in the middle of the field as the referee sets the ball down. JP Reyes heads back on and goes long with this one. Off the end board, Sam's pointing to his defense, and his defense comes up with the stop. And that's Yanis, but he can't keep control of it. Contact to the face of David Wright. Chance to break away. Here's Svetkovic. Driving free past De Oliveira. The speed from Svetkovic, but he loses control. And De Oliveira touches it back to Navarrete. No call there as Navarrete picks it up.
David Wright back up, playing defensive back as well, trying to control and make sure that somebody from Orlando didn't get into the backfield.
Svetkovic broke free, had the speed, drove past De Oliveira, but then just lost control of the ball. It's been a couple times now as Svetkovic gets clipped from behind. Victor Rada, 2 goals today. This one chipped in. Orlando score right out of the break, and it's all tied up 3-3.
They came in with that cross, and unfortunately, the defense was not goal side, but rather behind the Orlando player. And Orlando capitalized on that opportunity. They did full press and highly aggressive against Dragan. See the ball coming right across. Krajisnik, I believe that's Giannis. Giannis came in to try and play defense, and unfortunately he was on the wrong side of the Orlando player. The Orlando player put it in. Sam's never had a chance.
Yeah, it's a shin, and we're all tied up again. After a 3-1 lead for Krajisnik, Orlando scored the last 2 goals. Here is Gomez. He's played a lot of minutes today, and we highlighted that in the first half. He's barely been off the pitch. And with defensive shortcomings, JP Reyes drives past Gomez, but Yatsishin steps in the way.
Gomez is going to start looking at pricing for real estate on the field because he's been out there for so long.
Shot off the boards. It's wide by Olar, and back into the path of Janero Rodriguez Diaz, who works it around to Vargas, and Vargas with space. We've seen how dangerous he can be in space when he gets a full head of steam going forward, technicality on the ball.
Vargas was even wreaking havoc coming down the middle of the field during that power play, during the penalty kill. He was trying to create opportunities. You got your goaltender coming all the way up to midfield.
That's Navarrete, and the ball off the boards. Dove on by Sams. Line changes, and Sams goes long just off the boards, and it's in to the Orlando bench. That one just disappeared on us, and it'll head back for a free kick. Sams was looking down low for Forbes or Almazan. Couldn't find either of them, and now another dangerous opportunity for Orlando to take a lead.
Krajisnik is setting up defensively differently from yesterday, and Orlando is having to make some adjustments.
Orozco goes down, whistle blows as Krajisnik defends the free kick.
So what Krajisnik is doing differently today, they're leaving a defender in open space behind the next to the goaltender when the goalie is out of position.
Here's Rada driving in. Good track back from Gomez.
And that wall is also covering one half of the goal, and Sams is covering the other half. So they're covering up opportunities for those balls to go in better today than they did when Bailey was in the goal yesterday.
Axel Lomeli outside to Yatsashin. Goes around to Almazan, driving past a few. Navarrete can't handle it. It's off the crossbar, off of Navarrete, and it's in. Yanis will get credited for it. An incredible run of play from back to front, and Krajisnik retakes the lead.
Building out of the back. Technical building out of the back. Took possession of the ball, drove all the way down, and the only thing that Orlando had as an opportunity was to try and do a slide tackle from behind, and Giannis buries it top shelf.
Well, Yanis goes bar, and then it hits off the back of Navarrete in goal, and the assist goes to Almazan. That's his 6th assist of the year.
This is starting to feel like yesterday.
And immediately Krajisnik, pressured by Orlando. Sams will settle things down at the back. David Wright, the captain, had an assist yesterday. He assisted that first goal from Forbes, that little chip over Ricardo Atencio and net at that time. As here is Gualberto. Leonardo Gualberto wearing the number 18. He was wearing the number 9 yesterday. But as Axel Lomeli comes back into the roster, he'll take that number 9 jersey, and Gualberto gets number 18. Ricky Orozco also wearing a different jersey. He was wearing 6 yesterday. Now he's wearing 4.
They're moving the ball quite well, and they have they needing Krajisnik. Krajisnik moving the ball quite well with this after taking the 4-3 lead on the 7th shot of the game. But also on top of that, they have been able to counterattack the build out of the back from Orlando.
Merker off the post.
Merker's getting frustrated. He's had 3 of those today.
And he had Navarrete beat. He was on the back post. Navarrete making his way across the face of goal. And this one played off the boards. And DJ Albert gets in the way. Big slide tackle from the back. The whistle blows. And DJ Albert shaking up on the play.
You see this opportunity by Merker. If that ball is inches towards the center of the goal, Krajisnik goes up by 2.
Svetkovic off of his shoulder. And Yanis dekes past one. Ball across the face of the net. And Berger couldn't finish. He retains possession, trying to go back to Gomez. And instead, Orlando will reset and recycle.
Moreno
Good pressure from Berger. Into the middle. Yanis, that's 2! Back-to-back goals for Dougie Yanis. And Krajisnik has a 2-goal lead again.
So 2 points. So Giannis being in the right position at the right time to bury that shot. And also Moreno for Orlando on the previous opportunity where the ball skated right in front of the goal. He was goal side. That's why that shot didn't get off. But Krajisnik makes it count with the ball right in the center. Took a touch, controlled it, and Giannis buried it.
Well, Jace Berger's got 2 goals and an assist today. 3 points on the afternoon. Giannis has 2 goals. The 2 goals to ice it so far for Dougie Yanis after it was 3-3. Douglas Barrera Yanis in a flash makes it 5 for Krajisnik. And it looks like it'll be a break, and we'll take this time to take a look ahead at Krajisnik's upcoming schedule after today. They've got a 2-week break until they go to the Adirondack Bank Center to a 2-game series split across 2 weeks, January 21st, January 28th, at the Adirondack Bank Center against the Rochester Lancers, who begin the season next week. And then it's another 2-game series against the Baltimore Arsenal, this time at home at the Adirondack Bank Center. And the final 2 home games of the year against this very Orlando side, one of them right here at the Nexus on March 16th, and the other one next door at the Adirondack Bank Center on March 17th. And then the final 2 games of the season away at Rochester to close things out. But like you said, only 9 more games left, 8 more games after today. And 6 of them at home, so a big opportunity for Krajisnik to get on the right foot here and move forward against a Rochester team that we know is going to be good.
Absolutely. Rochester always gives everybody fits. Doesn't matter if it's indoor or outdoor. You know, they talk about how Detroit is hockey town. Well, Utica is soccer city. We're going to be able to have the MASL team here. Krajisnik is going to be able to play where UCFC plays. The Aud is a beautiful building, large capacity. Utica Comets play there, and a great venue. A lot of fun. So people should be packing the house when we go to play over there, especially against Rochester. Those are going to be pivotal games after a 2-week break.
And while we don't have confirms yet of who's on that Rochester roster, there are some rumors flying around, maybe some former Utica City players that have made their way out to Rochester, so we might be seeing some familiar faces here soon at the Aud, only playing for the other side.
And that'll also be a big key to the success for Krajisnik. They're going to have to watch who is on that roster, because if those players from UCFC are playing for them, they're going to know the field and they're going to know how to play it.
Big save from Sams after he cleared it off the boards right into Orlando. But the goalkeeper makes up for it. Still a 5-3 game. This one off the board. Sams again diving out, and Svetkovic and Yatsishin combined to clear it away.
A couple of times that Krajisnik has had 2-goal leads. 3, I believe, between yesterday and today. Both of them were wiped away from Orlando, and Krajisnik has not been able to put the nail in the coffin, if you will. They have not been able to put this team away. So let's see how this transpires. 7 minutes left in the third period.
Gomez tracking back, looking for an option. He finds Gualberto. Gualberto over to Mili Nagash. Mili Nagash finds Almazan. Almazan back to goal in a dangerous position, but he works out of it like he always has this game. Orozco off the boards. Over to Gualberto. Leonardo Gualberto battling for it, and he's able to keep possession. Good work on the far side boards from Gualberto. Now over to the near side. Orozco slicing through Orlando. Can't find that final pass, and now he's shrugged off the ball by 2 Orlando players. And Orozco called for the foul after he dragged down Victor Rada.
One thing that Merker continues to do, he pushes so high to the top of the key. Goaltender has to keep him accountable for it. But also, one of the position players for Orlando is sitting right on him and shadowing him, opening up the middle of the field for Krajisnik right now.
Just saw that big Robert Sam save, and Krajisnik will be thanking their goalkeeper for that one. After he made the mistake, he came back and got Krajisnik out of a tough situation, clawing one up off the boards. There's Navarrete. He'll come out. He's played in the field yesterday for Orlando, so no stranger to being right in the thick of things, the Orlando goalkeeper. Far side, Cruz, defended by Orozco. Now to the near side, and J.P. Reyes. Working down low, Rodriguez off the boards, and it's easy in the end for Robert Sams. Sams drops it off for DJ Albert.
Krajisnik controlling the pace right now and waiting. So, yeah, you're going to have a foul there, most definitely. But Krajisnik is controlling the pace right now. They know that they're up by 2. They don't want Orlando to get anything really going, and they are focusing, Krajisnik is focusing on making sure that they control the pace, they control the ball.
Yatsashin plays long to Berger. Berger going backwards. Finds Yatsashin again. Now Svetkovic. Inside, Yatsashin. Back to Svetkovic, who recycles, and just like you said, Greg, it's moving a little bit slower now for Krajisnik, but that's because you have that 2-goal cushion.
Well, and it would, like 2 goals doesn't mean anything. We've seen that before, not only today but also yesterday. But what if Krajisnik was able to get up by 3? Then we would see how Orlando can really attack that and see how they respond to that. If that big of a lead ever comes to fruition.
Yatsashin going along to Berger. It's touched back to Navarrete. He clips one up ahead. Rodriguez falling down. And it's touched away by Krajisnik. David Wright got his shoulder grabbed on the near side boards. And it's cleared out to Alar. Alar on the ground. Sliding through. Takes out Gualberto. He's trapped on the ground. And Berger comes up with it. 2-on-2 the other way. Berger glides past one. He's got Svetkovic in the middle. Good defensive recovery from Armando Moreno to get back and stop Berger. And now pressure coming from Krajisnik on Moreno.
You have 2 Orlando players down, 1 down here.
Orlando calling for timeout. None of the referees are there.
Yep. Nobody's
No one's here.
acknowledging the timeout. You still have two hurt Orlando players. And with Krajisnik being up in the offensive striking zone, it's almost as if they're on a power play when there was no blue card.
Well, you can't call timeout when the other team is attacking. You have to have possession, as this one's cleared up ahead to Forbes. Back to Albert. Albert, crossfield pass into the corner boards. Back to Milianagash.
Could be the inexperience of Orlando in this type of arena soccer, with the fact that they played their first game yesterday. Substitution and timeout rules are different.
Off the corner boards again. It's going to fall for Forbes. Thought about the shot on the volley. Tried to touch it back to Milianagash, and now it's a chance to break forward as Victor Rada holds it back. And Orlando hold on to possession. Here's Cruz. Up ahead for Orlando. Gadiel Navarro plays it back, and Orlando holding on to possession now. Final 2 minutes and 15 seconds of quarter number 3.
Krajisnik is applying pressure with 2 players up by midfield. And once you get past midfield, then you have man-on-man. And right now, Orlando is struggling. They have to pull their goalkeeper up for them to take advantage into the offensive zone. Very simple save by Sams.
I'm surprised Sams didn't try to go for it. He's got the arm to get that ball down the field. Try and spring a counter forward as Merker was making his way up the field, but instead it's turned over and right back into the hands of Orlando. Clipped ahead. Rada backing down DJ Albert, and Albert gets away with it. Now to the near side, and Vargas. Still have really been waiting for him to make an impact today. Yesterday, he was always running for the ball, making those runs into midfield, and today just haven't seen that from him yet.
He's been kind of quiet today. Krajisnik has found the answer for him so far, but as we know, the minute that we say that, that's the broadcaster's curse, right?
Just hope the defense on Vargas continues as the ball is kicked out wide. And Merker controls it on the near boards. Merker just backheels it, no one there, and so general manager Tariq Mekic up on the sideboards, trying to get the attention of Gomez, trying to reset things defensively as Orlando with some extended offensive time.
30 seconds left. Krajisnik is playing good defense, and that entrampment is still going on.
23 seconds and counting as Krajisnik regained possession. That one cleared down. Navarrette's going to run to it, try and spring one last attack for Orlando. Final 15 seconds of the third quarter. 5-3 Krajisnik. Pressure coming from Yanis, who's got 2 goals in this quarter alone. After Orlando tied at 3-3, Yanis' 2 goals have Krajisnik in the lead. The buzzer sounds. We're headed to the final 15 minutes. Krajisnik up by 2. We'll take a quick break here, and when we return, it's fourth quarter action from the Utica University Nexus Center. We're back inside of the Utica University Nexus Center. The lights are going. Fourth quarter action up ahead between Krajisnik and Orlando. And well, it's been a back and forth battle, but it's been a defensive battle, and the defenses have really stepped up today, Greg.
Defenses have taken over. I mean, just like yesterday, shots on goal, differential 1. Krajisnik with 10. Orlando with 9, but that goal count is really what's dictating everything. So now you got 15 minutes for Krajisnik. 15 minutes, play stellar soccer, control the tempo of the field, take advantage of opportunities when you can, but don't make any major mistakes, because you come out of here with a win, and now you've snapped that losing streak, and you're right back in the stick of things with your standings.
10 shots on goal for Krajisnik, 9 shots on goal for Orlando. But like you said, Greg, the only thing that really matters at the end of the day is that goal count, and it's 5 for Krajisnik, 2 more than what Orlando has. Berger. Him and Gomez have been a great tandem together. As this one's up ahead to Forbes, off the boards, and Jorge Navarrete showing the experience as he dives on that one, read that one perfectly.
Krajisnik has really found a good chemistry with the lines that they have put together for today. They've complemented themselves very, very nicely.
Gomez defending as this one's back to JP Reyes, and we talked about the defense a lot. This helps when you have all 5 players behind the ball, and Forbes is your highest guy. He's pressing only about at halfway, so you keep all the players within defending distance. As soon as someone misses, you've got players there to recover. Forbes stepping forward, but can't recover it, and JP Reyes resets out wide to Armando Moreno. Now down low, Rodriguez. Off the board, Sams gets a touch, gets one off of his thigh, and another deflection. That time it's Yanis. Orlando forced to go back again.
Krajisnik learned from yesterday. Vargas has been very quiet today. In that entire opening shift to this quarter, every time that Vargas had the ball on his foot, there was a Krajisnik player there immediately. They are not allowing him to get anything generated today.
JP Reyes dekes past a few, lifts a shot well wide, and bounces off the boards for Rodriguez. Rodriguez deflected by Yanis. Well, Yanis has 2 goals, but it's a defensive work as of late in these last 2 minutes that have really shown for Krajisnik. Yanis stepping forward. DJ Albert with the block this time. Body in front of ball for Krajisnik as they look to hold a 2-goal lead. Yanis with pressure, and DJ Albert just lifts that one well out into the stands, almost clocking a fan in the face.
It's got to be that section. That's the one that was active yesterday with balls flying up into the stands. But we talked about, real quick, the fact that they had to control the pace and control the tempo. Right now, Krajisnik is not controlling the tempo. They seem to be a little out of sorts.
Ball hits the hand of David Wright, but in a natural position enough for the referees as Navarrete steps past midway. And with Navarrete on the field, you basically have an extra attacker. He may not be the quickest one to get back, but he does have experience playing in the field like he did yesterday. And you get an attacker with a goalkeeper's skill set as well. I mean, Orlando, you've got to be happy with Navarrete in goal right now because you basically got 6 forwards on that field.
Absolutely. And he is, we tell our youth players all the time, just because you're a goalie doesn't mean that, you take time off from working on footwork. He has footwork, he has skill set. He's much more than just a goalie. So, yes, he's an added benefit for Orlando to try and come back in this game.
David Wright slicing through the midfield, gets past a couple and then plays it all the way back. Resetting the offense. Orozco off the boards, and he went into the boards hard. De Oliveira called for a push. And the referee very adamant about that one. I love the hand motions there down low from the referee.
Yeah, there was a little bit of an argument there, but the point is that key word is little. Very, very little that they can say about that play.
And here is Svetkovic. Goes inside early. Orozco. Back to Svetkovic. Svetkovic pressured by Rodriguez. Gets rid of it to Yatsishin. Yatsishin just goes long. Finds Forbes. Forbes turns his defender off the boards. Navarrete is able to hit it back off the boards and into his hands. Gotta say, I've been very impressed with the goalkeeping from Navarrete. Those 2 goals from Yanis, can't really do anything about that. But other than that, he's been very splendid at the back.
He's been on top of things today. And really, you know what, the goalkeeping, yeah, the score is 5-3, but the goalkeeping for all 3 goalkeepers has been really, really stellar today.
Chance to break forward. Svetkovic with pace. Fakes the shot. Now he gets the pass off. Oh, it's missed over the bar. How does that one go out for Tyler Forbes?
Sometimes when they're that easy, you make a mistake. And he, like that, we talked about that as one of those pitches points. You can't make your own mistakes, and you can't, you got to capitalize on your opportunities.
Well, if there's anyone you're betting to put that one in the back of the net, it's the East Division's leading goal scorer, Utica's leader in points, Tyler Forbes. And instead, he lifted it over the bar.
Can you imagine? That would have given them a 3-goal lead. Orlando would have had to change up everything that they were doing on the field to try and get back into it. Very similarly to what Orlando did to Krajisnik yesterday.
The only difference was yesterday late on, Orlando finished those chances. They took that 3-goal lead 9-6 before Gomez pegged one back late on a power play to make it 9-7. Scoreline a little bit more respectable to finish that one out. Gomez touches down to Gualberto, who leaves it for Yanis. Almazan looking up ahead to Merker. Merker turns his defender well, and he still retains possession of the ball. That's 45-year-old Steve Merker, by the way, and he turns his defender well. Again, great move on the end boards by Merker, but he just couldn't find a final touch. We're going to talk about goalkeeping being incredible. Merker's been incredible. This one's up ahead. Rodriguez goes down. No call. Good work from Almazan on the back end. Shoulder-to-shoulder contact, and as Rodriguez fell down, it's a chance to break forward for Yanis. Yanis clips it down to Forbes. Forbes back. Albert lifts it over. And Krajisnik needing to settle things down as the Orlando bench is up in arms over that no call on Rodriguez.
Orlando is showing a lot of passion right now over a non-call, over something that they thought was supposed to be there.
Rodriguez again. After just going down, he finds a good pass outside to De Oliveira. De Oliveira hasn't scored today after putting 3 in the back of the net yesterday. David Wright clears out. Berger. Now Forbes. Sams. Svetkovic pressured off the ball, and the whistle blows, and there's Orlando up in arms again.
Orlando calling for timeout, and the head coach immediately back up on the top of the boards. He had just stepped back, and now the fact that we have a foul, he's adamant.
Vargas breaking free. DJ Albert going to ground, makes a good stop. Now it's free again. Another block from Krajisnik. That's Svetkovic getting in the way. We talk about parking the bus right now. Everyone's in the defensive half for Krajisnik. Cruz.
Orlando's got that high press working, and their goaltender is right up at midfield.
Like you said, you add Navarrete, you're basically got a 6th attacker. This dude played forward yesterday, just 24 hours ago, and now he's playing goalkeeper, coming up to midfield. Sams comes out. Vargas steps in front of it. And Charlie Vargas slowly getting more and more involved as the minutes tick by. It might be too little too late for Orlando if they can't get him the ball more.
Yeah, Vargas is turning into the Gomez for Krajisnik. He's living out on the field right now, and that's exactly what Orlando needs.
Whistle blows. Yellow card shown to the Orlando bench. And it allows for Krajisnik to get a change on. I thought it was going to happen, Greg. I mean, you saw how intense that Orlando bench is, and eventually
that's going to happen.
When push comes to shove, The referee's got the power to show the yellow card, and he does there.
Yeah, and the coaches for Orlando and the Orlando bench are still giving the referee a lot of lip service to his ear, and the fans are also giving the ref a hard time as well. So a lot of discussion as to calls, non-calls, all those different things. But at the end of the day, referee has the power to make the calls.
I'm looking through the rule book we have here because usually a yellow card results in a non-power play opportunity, but you do have to send someone for the misconduct to the penalty box.
Looks like they have Lugo sitting in the box right now.
So they do have the man who started the game in Jorge Ortiz Lugo, the goalkeeper, in the box now, but no power play. It's no man up for Krajisnik. It's just someone has to be sent into the box to serve that bench penalty. Foul again on the near side. And it goes Krajisnik's way. Ricky Orozco stands over it.
Emotions running high here with 7 minutes left in the fourth. Krajisnik has to keep their head in the game and just make sure that they continue to play the way that they have all day long. This afternoon game here at the Utica University Nexus Center, they have found answers to the issues that plagued them yesterday.
Still a 2-goal lead as we're about midway into the fourth quarter. We haven't gotten word of an official media timeout, but I feel like now would be a great time to take one. Just speaking from my viewpoint, and
I mean, now you have a conversation between Cruz and the coaching staff with the Krajisnik bench as well. So the referees really need to get a hold of this and get it under control before the boiling pot boils over, as it were.
Well, they're giving a free kick to Orlando with 7:16 on the clock, and now Krajisnik want an explanation. They won't get one. Cruz. Defended by, that's Danny Yargis defending. That one off the end boards right into the hands of Robert Sams. Sams rolls out to Gomez. Gomez goes long off the foot of Reyes. It'll get to Merker if he can battle out. An Orlando defender, he can't. Navarrete takes his space. And now he'll go long. That's been Navarrete's game plan the entire game, and Robert Sams right there. Victor Rada got a slight touch on it, but it's easy in the end for Sams right into his path.
Sams is reading that beautifully from one end of the field to the other. Unless there's a deflection of some sort, Sams is going to eat that up all day.
JP Reyes for Orlando. Inside Rodriguez. Rodriguez gliding past a few. Over to Reyes, and Reyes goes off the boards again. Gomez. There's Alex Gomez bursting in the midfield, but he'll lay it off to Yatsishin. And Yatsishin out to Orozco. Orozco calling for help. And it's worked back to Berger. 6 minutes to go as Krajisnik look to climb back to 500. 2-2 on the season if they can hold out this result. Svetkovic goes inside, commits a man, and then finds Berger outside. Back to Svetkovic. And he'll hold things up again. Great crossfield pass by Svetkovic to Almazan. The danger man Almazan right into the hands of Navarrete, and Orlando want to go quickly. Gualberto forcing Rodriguez off the ball. And Rodriguez will lay it off to Gadiel Navarro. Now back to Vielma, and Orlando reset. When do you think the pull's going to happen? You got Navarrete, who is a pretty good attacker, but you think Orlando goes to the bench and gets that sixth forward on?
Yeah, I think so. I think they'll probably bring in a sharpshooter that that can also have some speed in case they need to get back on an on-man switch. It's a very big question because of the field skills that the current goaltender for Orlando has. You never know when it's going to be the best move. I mean, right now he's feeding the offense all the way from the back end and building out.
That pass forward from Navarrete, I mean, it's on a rope right now. He picked that one out from inside of his own box. It's just a great pass forward. And Krajisnik goes to a change. Gomez. Gomez has Forbes. Forbes lurking like Steve Merker. He's got free. He laces it across the face of goal. Just a tough angle for Tyler Forbes, and that's 2 times that Forbes has missed an open net opportunity. DJ Albert now battling.
If he brings that out into the center of the field, he's got 3 Krajisnik players. Take your pick.
Navarrete wants to go quickly. He's looking towards that Orlando bench as some fresh legs get on. Jose Navarro wins the battle in the air, but Gomez picks it right off of him. Now contact from behind. Vargas. Whistle blows. Well, DJ Albert was alone there, 2-on-1 if that whistle doesn't blow, as Gomez got pushed aside by both Vargas and Navarro. And Gomez, now a quick stoppage in the action as Gomez ties the shoes of Robert Sams. Can't really tie your shoes if you got the goalie gloves on, so good to see Gomez help out his teammate as we got 3.5 minutes to go.
And we talk about fresh legs to dead legs. Yeah, Gomez does not have fresh legs. That's for sure. He has lived on the field all day, and he has owned the field. Whenever he is out there, Krajisnik is in good position to have good things happen.
DJ Albert gets it as far away as that defensive third line for Krajisnik, and now it's back into the path of Reyes. Down low looking for Vargas. Vargas goes into the boards hard. And DJ Albert comes out with it. Hard to view from all the way up here, but Albert somehow came away with the ball and the whistle blows.
Vargas is down.
Vargas is hurt, and you heard the contact into the boards with that left leg or right leg of Vargas. That lower body just, the boards are hard, and they're tough when you go full speed into them. And there's immediate timeout. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the final 3 minutes here from the Utica University Nexus Center. For Greg Fanning, Arnav Pokhrel, this is the United Elite Krajisnik Football Club. We'll be back after the break. Back here inside of the Utica University Nexus Center at the Master Vita Hyundai Rink. And it is a intense battle between Krajisnik and Atletico Orlando. Krajisnik lead by 2 thanks to 2 late goals in the third from Dougie Ennis. He's got the game winner and the insurance goal if things were to end right now. But Orlando stepping forward. They've got Jorge Navarro in net. He's basically an extra attacker.
It's actually a good strategy to keep him on the field because of that skill set. And also, he's the goalie. So if Krajisnik gets a break, you're not relying on a position player to make that save.
Ball drops, and it's Gomez for Krajisnik. Gomez going long off the end boards, and it's right into the path of Navarrete. He was looking for the end boards, was looking for a Berger or Merker to make that run through, and Navarrete's holding onto the ball here as the clock stops. I think they want a timeout.
Yep.
And they'll get one. And we'll keep it right here during the break as Greg Fanning, Arnav Pokhrel with you. And Greg, final 3 minutes, we talk a little bit about the strategy that comes into it with Navarrete in goal. You have a good forward attacker, but you take him out, you bring on maybe someone who scores goals, or I mean, you've got a quiet night from De Oliveira, who scored a hat trick yesterday. Do you trust in them to get the work done for Orlando?
You got De Oliveira that hasn't really done much today. You also have Vargas, who has been very quiet as well. Krajisnik has had the answers today to solving the equation that is Orlando, and they have been able to counterattack on everything. Now, you know, our answer to our question, they have just pulled the goaltender, and they have the extra attacker taking the field as we speak. But all Krajisnik has to do here, you own the field right now. All Krajisnik has to do is play as if you are a 5-player penalty kill, and just keep the ball down in the attacking zone for your own end, and just keep that possession going. They do that, they're going to be just fine. If they try to get fancier, they try to score an additional goal, a second insurance goal, they may open up opportunities, because Orlando is putting their heavy hitters on the field right now, rightfully so, for the last 2 minutes and 48 seconds to try and dig out 2 goals.
If memory serves me correct, the extra attacker is number 17, Eduardo Cruz. So he'll get his first couple touches of the ball, and take that with a grain of salt. I haven't gotten a full look at this Orlando bench just yet to see if Cruz is back there anywhere. But right now it does look like Cruz out there with J.P. Reyes, the backline pairing that we've talked about all of yesterday and today, just influential on the attack, but also shoring things up defensively today. Only allowed 5 tonight compared to allowing 7 yesterday.
What I find interesting is the last 10 minutes, whenever Vargas has been on the field, Albert has been his shadow. He has been in his back pocket. In this case, Vargas is on the other side, and Albert has split off. So we'll see how that comes into play.
Ball in free. What a save by Sams! Robert Sams, take a bow. Point blank range, and Robert comes up huge.
Sams has made a number of those. Look, this cross was perfection, and I mean, just putting the ball right into the middle of the key, and he's standing right there. He has made a couple of these amazing saves. If he doesn't track that ball, it's in the back of the net. Plain and simple.
Sams comes up big again. He's kept Krajisnik with a 2-goal lead.
This is really where Krajisnik needs to go and do some homework for the next couple of weeks. The last 2 to 2.5 minutes of both of these games, every quarter, the 2 and 2.5 minute time period before the end of the quarter, has caused some major issues and has cost them some goals on their goalkeepers.
You bring out one of the more experienced lineups. You got DJ Albert out there along with Steven Merker, Alex Gomez, Ricky Orozco, all of them Utica City FC M1 players that have been assigned to play with Krajisnik this weekend.
Very similar to how they started the game. They wanted their heavy hitters and their M1 players to come out and set the tone.
You get them alongside Bogdan Yatsishin, one of the player coaches, so you expect organization out of this unit if you're Krajisnik. There's a shot, another kick save from Sams. In the final minute and a half, Sam's has been the answer for every question. There's one in front of the net. It's lifted in the top. 42 seconds to go, and Orlando within one.
Marker went to make that save, try and deflect the ball. Unfortunately, he put it right on the foot of the Orlando player. Those things are going to happen down below. But Sam's had 3 opportunities down in the bottom end of the zone, and 2 out of the 3 he has made the save. So Sam's continues to play some stellar soccer. Krajisnik needs to be very careful over the next 30 seconds.
Svetkovic, he's in, he lifts it in, instant response, and Dragan Svetkovic restores a 2-goal lead for Utica.
We saw this yesterday. They kicked the ball off, and that was, yesterday they did the triple cross with 1 touches and buried it immediately. This time, Svetkovic puts one in, and sets the standard and sets the answer. 32 seconds, needing 2 goals for Orlando. He basically puts the icing on the cake for this game.
I didn't even get to mention it. Number 28 for Orlando, Victor Rada, who scored that last goal. That was his hat trick. He got his 3rd goal there. But I couldn't talk about it because immediately Gomez plays the ball over the top. Svetkovic forces it in, and it's 6-4 Krajisnik.
No, we talked about those 2 hat tricks yesterday. Neither one of those players have a hat trick today.
Instead, it was Rada for Orlando with his hat trick. Chance for a 4th, and he gets it. That's 3 goals in the last 30 seconds, and you mentioned it. Final minute of play has been rough for Krajisnik, but Orlando's still in it.
Orlando is still in it. They're playing hard. They are finishing this game under their own terms.
So that's Victor Rada's 4th. That's a haul for Victor Rada. Hat trick +1. And 20 seconds, Krajisnik just needs to get the ball away from their own net. Down to Gomez, 15, looking for Forbes. Gomez again, flicks it up to himself, has a chance to go for it, and he does. It's deflected. 6 seconds. Counting down 5, Gomez sliding challenge, no contact, and the final second, buzzer sounds, Krajisnik win.
And how huge is that answer by Svetkovic? Because without that, we're going to overtime.
Dragan Svetkovic gets the game-winning goal as United Elite Krajisnik wins 6-5. Some incredible goalkeeping from both sides, but Robert Sams stood out, and what an incredible performance. We'll get someone up here, one of our players of the game up here to talk in a quick moment. But Greg, just an incredible finish to the game.
These 2 games the last 2 days are they're exactly what MASL is all about. And Krajisnik came back from a heartbreaking loss yesterday. They finished their quarters. They finished the game. They played strong, and they come out with the win today. And more importantly, they snapped that losing streak. They come back into the standings. Now they're 500. They control their own destiny with the next 8 games, and they can work on these things that they struggled with. The end of each of the quarters, the fact that you have open opportunities with open nets, and they're not finishing them the way that you would expect them to. You can work on all those things for the next 2 weeks before you go up against a very strong Rochester team, and you're kind of setting the pace here for your own team. You're in control of your own destiny, which is exactly where everybody wants to be every step of the way. You don't want to be relying on somebody else to stumble coming out of the blocks for you to make the playoffs.
2-game losing streak comes to a close for Krajisnik as a 6-5 victory against Orlando pushes Krajisnik back to a 2-2 record on the season, and there's the game winner.
Svetkovic comes down, he just pops it right over the shoulder, and you get that space between where the ball is and where the goaltender is. Sometimes the goalie doesn't know which way to go, where you're going to be. Popped it right over his shoulder. He doesn't make that. Like we said, we're going to overtime.
Well, Greg Fanning, myself, our producer, Joe Belthizer, and our 2 cameramen, Zimmerman Lake and Philip Croca, I want to thank you for tuning in. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with our player of the game who made some big moments, and we'll have that interview for you when we return right here on United Elite Krajisnik FC's YouTube channel. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If this is it for you, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the snow outside here in Utica. We'll be right back after a quick break. Welcome back inside the Utica University Nexus Center. I'm Arnav Pokhrel, and I'm joined with one of our players of the game, Robert Sams. Robert, you come in not playing yesterday and playing today. What's the mindset change like for you being number 2 yesterday and then starting today?
Yeah, man, I just knew had to come out, make a statement, do well. Everything is great. Supporting the team, you need to have a great relationship, but it's also competitive, so I just knew I had to come out, do my job. I think I did that. Everybody else played well as well, so it was just a phenomenal comeback for us after yesterday for sure. And
your last time out was that loss against Baltimore on December 29th. How does it feel now? You come out with a victory, your first credited victory where you played the whole game and you get that W. What's that feeling like for you?
It feels incredible. So obviously the most important thing is getting the team win, so that's the big focus right now, and it's just I feel elated.
Perfect. And walk me through those last couple of minutes there. You made 2 incredible saves at the end, including that one where you're diving, it hits off the inside of your thigh. What are you seeing? Is it just reactionary from you? Talk me through those 2 last saves.
Yeah, man. So I knew it was going to be crazy. I think we had like 2:40 left, and basically like a power play because they put a 6th attacker on. So I knew it was just going to get peppered on goal. And that last one with my foot out with my thigh was just one of the things I practice in warm-ups, that back post slot, and then just get myself as big as possible, spread save, and put my body in front of it. And luckily I got my body there, so it went well for us.
Now you go in away from Orlando, a 4-game stretch against Rochester. What do you know about them, and how are you preparing for that team?
Honestly, I don't know anything about them, and I don't care. I just treat it like any other game. I've played in this league in Turlock for 2 years now, so I've got the experience. I don't really care who's in front of us. It matters more about what we do with our mindset and how we execute, so focused on that.
There's Robert Sams, one of our players of the game. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with another interview right here on Utica Post Game. We'll be right back. Right back here on Krajisnik Post Game after a big victory against Atletico Orlando, and I'm joined by the man who scored 2 goals in the third quarter, Dougie Ennis. Dougie, first half a little bit quiet, not just for you but for the whole team. What's that halftime talk like? What adjustments did you guys make coming into that second half?
Yeah, man, the game was tough. It was high intensity, and once we got into halftime, every time out we had, the coach was like, high press, don't lose our heads, because a couple games in the back, we lost our heads in the bottom half of the game. And then we just came out with high intensity. We knew what we had to do, and we got the goals.
And talk me through those 2 goals that you scored, one of them on the breakaway and another one just right there sitting for you that you power home. What is it like, first off, scoring those goals for you, just kind of getting the nerves out of the way, and you put one in the back of the net, you come out, you score another one. What's that feeling like for you personally?
Yeah, it was amazing. I had 1 goal first game. I knew how to get back on the sheets, and I was working my ass off. I was running up and down the field. I saw Damon first took a shot. The goalie saved it. I was right there, tapping, boom. Second goal. Chase had a nice play. Me and him had a nice play. He passed it to me. I had a 1 touch and finish. I was very composed, and that's how it is. That's how you got to be in this game.
And you lose yesterday to the same team. What's it like to come out and finally get that victory against Orlando?
Yeah, it feels good, man. They were talking a lot of stuff last game, and we got to come out and show what we got to do and what we can do. Now we just got to focus on the rest of the games and just keep our heads and keep working. And
now the attention shifts over to Rochester, and then you go Baltimore and Orlando again at the end of the season. What's going to change for you personally? How do you want to improve throughout the rest of this season?
Honestly, my mentality's not going to change. I'm going to stay focused, keep working. I got to fix the little things on the field, my defending, but it's all good. The coaches got me, and we just got to keep working.
That's Dougie Ennis. For Arnav Pokhrel, Greg Fanning, and the rest of our production crew, I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Krajisnik comes out victorious in game number 2 against Orlando. We'll see you next time here on January 21st. That one will be at the Adirondack Bank Center. And for now, thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the snow, and we'll see you on the 21st.